What's up, guys? JP back at you once again, bringing you guys episode number 2 in my Shelf by Shelf series. You can catch one of these every Monday and every Friday, so check back to make sure you guys keep up on the Shelf by Shelf series. And without further ado, let's continue along here. I'm actually on a chair this time because I had a little bit of difficulty reaching up over and over again. So first up here we have American Poltergeist. This is a Wild Eye releasing film, and I've actually never watched it. It's still sealed. A while back they sent me a box of some stuff, and I really only asked for one title out of that box, so I have a few other titles I haven't got to, so they're always extra generous with the stuff they send you. Then we have America's Serial Killers, Portraits in Evil. This is one of those Mill Creek things that I got for super cheap, you know, just a couple bucks. And it's basically like just documentaries on serial killers. You have Jack the Ripper and Albert Fish, the Zodiac Killer, John Wayne Gacy, Jeffrey Dahmer, the Green River Killer, just a bunch of people. And these are actually really cool. I watched a couple of them. Anytime we cover a serial killer on the podcast or something, I'll probably reference this because you know, it's kind of a quick way to get some information on the real life cases of some of these serial killers. I'm very fascinated in serial killers, as many horror fans are, and always been a big fan of documentaries on serial killers. It's just so fascinating. After that we have Amityville 4: The Evil Escapes, and this is one of the worst covers ever. Like, this cover is terrible. Terrible. I've actually seen another version of this cover that's equally as bad. I've actually never seen this Amityville film, but I do own it. After that we have Amityville, I don't know which one this is, 6? No, this is 7 maybe? Never seen this one, A New Generation. It's kind of hard to get. You can get it a little bit easier now, but it is still kind of hard to get. It hasn't had a re-release since, you know, those initial DVDs. Then you got Amityville 6, which is It's About Time. This is one that I haven't seen. I think it's about like a killer clock or something. These Amityville films are, you know, quite bad as you go past part 2. And then we have the Amityville Horror. This is the remake here with who the hell's in this thing? I don't even remember. But yeah, it's one that a lot of people, oh, Ryan Reynolds. A lot of people don't like it. I actually do like it. I don't mind it at all. I think it's actually pretty solid. Then we have My Amityville Horror. This is an IFC Midnight release. I absolutely love this documentary. It was such an interesting doc. It was all about the kid from the original Amityville film. Well, not the kid from the film, but the real kid from Amityville grown up telling his story, and it is just fascinating. I think that it was probably going to be more about like the haunting, and then as they were interviewing this dude, they're just like, oh, we need to change our direction of this documentary. It should be more about this psychological mess of a dude that's in front of us telling us about this Amityville story. That's like, it's kind of terrifying in a psychological way. After that we have Amusement. This movie was okay. It's kind of like an anthology. There's one really solid story involving a clown, sort of the urban legend of the clown in the house story that's really good, but besides that, the other ones are kind of weak. Then we have Anatomy. Mood sent me this a long time ago. It's actually not too bad of a movie. It's for the, you know, it was made in the 90s and kind of has that 90s-ness going on in it, but it's not too bad. After that we have Angst, or Penetration Angst, it's also known as. This movie was awful. It was super bad. It's one of those movies that just drag. I think it's about like sex, like killer vagina or something like that, but I can't really remember. It's like an STD or something. It's very forgettable. After that we have Apocalypse. This film's also known as Hell, and they actually changed the title for the Walmart release because Hell, I guess, is offensive. This movie's actually pretty solid though. I haven't watched it since it came out, but I remember really liking it. Post-apocalyptic, just has some cool stuff going on in it, kind of cool like cannibalism shit in there too. So Apocalypse is pretty solid. After that we have whoa, got a little stuck together there. What the hell? What the fuck is going? Hold on, guys. What the fuck? Oh, okay, yeah. This case, I remember this case. I got this case from somewhere. It had sticky shit on the back of it, so I tried to cover it up with some paper, but apparently it didn't go through. I need to fix that, so we'll set this one aside, change out the case. Hopefully it didn't. Nah, it's not too bad. We got Almost Human here. This is pretty solid IFC Midnight. I like it a lot. It had like decent gore and things like that, so you know, kind of a lower budget film. Cool poster though. Cool artwork for the poster. Kind of a lower budget film, but definitely solid. And we have April Fool's Day with a terrible case that's like ruining my other DVDs apparently. April Fool's Day. I remember grabbing this. I found it at a like thrift store, and it was only like $1 or something. And I didn't have another case to swap it out with. I do have plenty of cases now, so I'll swap it out. It has like some kind of sticky residue on the back of it. It's not like sticky like a drink or something. It's like something was like attached to it, like almost like Velcro, and I tried to peel it off, and it just left this terrible stuff. So I tried to cover it up with paper, but apparently that didn't work. Yeah, no, guys, I'm an idiot. My bad. After that, we have Arachnophobia. Wow, this thing's still sealed. I've never watched this. I've had it in my collection for a long time. I've never ever watched this. So, Arachnophobia. I think I seen it as a kid though. After that, we have Armstance, which I heard good things about. I heard it's kind of like a little hidden gem. So I'll check this out eventually, maybe for our hidden gem show. After that, we have Arctic Blast. This one was awful, but you know, I think this was actually directed by, yeah, it was actually directed by Brian Trenchard Smith, who did Leprechaun 3 and Dead End Drive-In, and actually, you know, some decent films. I think he did Turkey Shoot, but this movie is not good. This is like made for sci-fi garbage. After that, we have ATM. This is another IFC Midnight. I actually didn't mind this one at all. It definitely has like major plot holes in it, but I actually like the setting and just the cool ass like isolated, you know, contained horror film that it is. But it is kind of dumb, like when you think about everything that's happening. It's pretty dumb. After that, we have Atrocious. This was a Bloody Disgusting Selects. This was actually a really good movie. It's a Spanish found footage film. I actually really enjoyed this one. You know, very sort of, you know, influenced by other films like Blair Witch and stuff like that, but pretty cool. Like, a lot of people don't talk about it, so definitely check it out if you've never seen it. After that, we have Audition, Takashi Miike's Audition. I've actually never seen this film. I've had it in the collection for a while. I've you know, seen so many clips and people talk about it, and I guess, like, you ever have a film, guys, where it's just so hyped and there's just so many people have talked about it for so long that you almost don't even want to watch it until you can escape, like, knowing all of the things about it. That's kind of Audition for me. I just haven't had a reason to check it out. I'm trying to just avoid it, I guess, but I do own it. After that, we have Audrey Rose, and I picked this one up in FYE a while ago. Never seen it. This cover is kind of shitty, honestly, but it looks like a Killer Kid flick or something along those lines, so I'll check it out eventually. After that, we have August Underground, still sealed here. This is the 2-disc special edition. I've only seen one of the August Underground films, and it is the first one, which I actually don't mind. Like, I thought it was kind of cool. And, you know, it was definitely ridiculous, and it was like a complete, you know, like, not over the top, but just, you know, it just was, it didn't have like a serious plot. It was just watching these, it was a voyeuristic look at these two guys, you know, who were like serial killers, and it's just a messed up movie, really. But I liked how it was done. It felt, it didn't feel as shocking for shocking's sake as this one, which was Mortem. I actually shut this one off. I watched about 20 minutes of it, and I didn't like it, so I shut it off. I didn't think that it had like the art house feel of the first one. I don't know. This one just felt shocking for shocking's sake. So I wasn't into it, but I might give them another shot one day. And then you have the third film, August Underground Penance. I did pick these up from Toe Tag, who is located in Pittsburgh, which is pretty cool. I'm a Pittsburgh guy as well, so, you know, well, just outside of Pittsburgh, but you get the point. It's, you know, kind of you know, the Pittsburgh area. But yeah, so I supported these guys even though I didn't like these two. But I did really like his Fred Vogel's film, The Red Sin Tower, which I will pick up eventually. So yeah. After that we have Alien vs. Predator. This is the full screen edition. I ended up picking this up, I think, at a going out of business rental place. So I've had it in the collection for a while. I do own it in other versions, so I don't even know. This is kind of pointless to have this full screen version. And finally, for this part, guys, we have Awaiting, which is an Umbrella Entertainment release. Check this flick out. Umbrella Entertainment is a really awesome company out of Australia. I absolutely love the stuff they put out, and they're super awesome to work with. This is a film from last year, Awaiting. So anyway, guys, that is it for episode number 2. I hope you guys join me in episode number 3. I will be uploading these every Monday and Friday, so you guys can check out 2 shelf by shelf videos each week, and we work our way through the collection. So see you guys next time. Peace.